Hi, so I'm Emily Dallas with First Class Cooking, and I'm going to be cooking with you guys on Friday. We are doing, we're going to be preparing 3 courses together. We're making a risotto, we're going to be making a chocolate meringue cookie, and we're going to be making late summer bruschettas. And there's plenty of time in the class to do all of the prep work, but just in case you wanted to get some of it done in advance, which would allow you to follow the class a little bit more and not be quite as harried, I wanted to give you some techniques so that you'd be able to keep abreast of everything we're doing. So first and foremost, every time you cook, you want to begin by grounding your cutting board. So that's just simply putting a damp paper towel down flat on your board and stabilizing this like so. That's going to keep it from slipping. To prepare our onion, I want to split this in half, and I'm going to cut this pole to pole. When you work with a round ingredient, this is a north pole, this is a south pole. If I cut this way, it's called across the equator. So cutting vertically is called pole to pole, and this way is across the equator. The reason I cut pole to pole is that that will keep the root attached, and by keeping the root attached, that's going to make it much easier to slice. So I stabilize it on both sides, cut straight down, and I take the skin away after I have cut it in half. So our first rule of cutting anything is that you want to get your ingredient to a flat surface. This is going to be a lot more stable than cutting it like this. So on my onion, I'm going to keep the root attached. The root's the hairy bit at the bottom. I'm going to draw my little thumbnail around and just let that serve as a reminder. It's a line and I don't want to go past that point. So I'm going to put this down flat. I'm going to grip this with my palm. If I gripped it with the fingertips, there's concern that they could slip down and I could cut myself. So I grip it with my palm, put the fingertips back. I'm just going to position the knife parallel. Shimmy it back, making 2 or 3 cuts up the height of the onion, but stopping at that root. Ooh, this one's strong. Right there. Now I'm going to move it so that the root's up top. And this is one of the very few cuts I do with the point of my blade. Almost all cutting happens here at the base because it's closest to your hand, so it's where you have more strength and control. But here I'm going to cut it at the point. So I stabilize this on both sides, organize the point of my knife on the line, and go all the way to the base of the board. I'm moving right to left, but you could also move left to right. After this is done, I can actually pick it up because the root is still holding everything together. I only do this to help illustrate, even though I've made a number of cuts, it's still all held together at once. So to resolve this into a dice, I'm going to just move right to left and cut straight down. So just like so. We're going to get to a point where suddenly